WPHH. The following paid program does not necessarily reflect the views of this station, its staff, or Clear Channel Media and Entertainment.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, ADRIENNE Lally, and Attilio Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, ADRIENNE and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 799-9596. That's 799-9596, or on the web at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Well, hey, everybody, this is Attilio. I was stuck in traffic. No, not was. We are stuck in traffic, so if the audio sounds a little bit different, it's because we're doing this from the car. Literally, and this is lovely Hawaii, we're sitting in traffic in the middle of a Saturday afternoon, all the way in Aiea, and it looks like it's blacked up all the way to town. But anyway, while I was sitting in traffic, this lady in another car started signaling me. She rolled her window down, started asking me a bunch of tax and legal questions. And I said, those are great questions, but I highly recommend you seek the appropriate licensed professional. And then I said, but Mom, what do you think about this traffic? Anyway, if you hear anything on the show, sounds like legal advice, running past an attorney, tax advice, hey, go check out a CPA. Because today, only for today, we're realtors and we're going to talk about real estate.
All right, so the quote that we're going to start our show with today.
Well, typically we do a Jack Handy quote, but no Jack Handy quote today.
This is a quote from Anthony Robbins, and it's actually from Chapter 3 of Michael Maher's book, 7 Levels of Communication. The way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives.
Mm-hmm. And where's that? Tell them again where that's from. It's not only Anthony Robbins, but where? It's
from Michael Maher's book, 7 Levels of Communication, and we're actually later on in the show, we'll be having him on as our special guest.
And you know what? I want you to kind of help build this up. Read his introduction here at the about him. It's actually, read this one right here. It's better.
Okay, so Michael Maher is America's most referred real estate professional. He's dedicated to helping salespeople earn a better living and live a better life.
Yep.
He rocketed to the top of his profession by earning over $1 million in just his third year of real estate full-time, with trademark slogan of, "We're not number one, you are." The Maher team receives over 500 referrals per year and continues to be one of the top real estate companies in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, because we're gonna have him on live. We're gonna be asking him some very important questions.
Now, this is a real estate show, but and this guy is somebody that's been real successful in real estate, but he, in his introduction, it says he's dedicated to helping salespeople, and I would like to say, if you're a business person or you interact with people, you want to listen to the show and what this guy has to share, and go get this book, because just because you're not a realtor doesn't mean that this information is going to be helpful to you and your situation.
That's great. So we do have a couple of people calling in before we take our first break. We have Gabe Ame with the VA Minute. Is Gabe on the line? Okay.
All right, Stephen. I guess I'm not sure how you're going to let us know if Gabe's on the line, but
I'll let you know. But yeah, no, Gabe is not. Oh, I think he's calling right now, actually.
Put him on when you can. Anyway, Gabe's with Hawaii VA Loans. You know something about Gabe? He's a CrossFitter. And if this is something that we've learned with success, you cannot just be successful. Gabe, is he there?
It might be Duke. Just can come on.
We're easy. We're doing a show from traffic. He's sitting on the freeway. We can take Duke's call in. All right, so, hey, folks, so Gabe with Hawaii VA Loans, he does a lot of CrossFit, and And that would be one of the successes we want to share with you later on in the show.
Real quick, guys, we got Duke. You guys want to talk to Duke first?
Put him on.
All right, we'll put Duke on. All right, Duke is on.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, I think they hung up. Actually, we lost them. This is the Team Lally program on AM 830 KHVH. We'll have more of the program coming up. It looks like we lost Adrienne and Attilio. They're on the car driving right now, stuck in traffic. So we'll get them back on, and we'll have more of the program coming up.
Come, my lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come, my lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Such a sexy, pretty little thing. This April bitch, you got me sprung with your tongue ring. And I ain't gonna lie, cause your loving gets me high. So to keep you by my side, there's nothing that I won't try. Butterflies in her eyes and her looks to kill. Time is passing, I'm asking, could this be real? Cause I can't sleep, I can't hold still. The only thing I really know is she got sex appeal. I can feel, too much is never enough. You always there to lift me up when these times get rough. I was lost, now I'm found, ever since you've been around. You're the woman that I want, so you know I'm putting it down.
It's your friend Sean Hannity, and I can tell you firsthand from moving across this great country that bad advice from your real estate agent can cost you time and a whole lot of money. You, however, have a great team of great Americans right there in your backyard that puts their money where their mouths are and takes the stress out of selling a home. I'm talking about Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty. They have a system for attracting buyers that's so effective they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and a deadline that you agree to, or will have it bought for cash. Now, how can they do this? Simple. The average realtor sells less than 10 homes a year and attracts a handful of buyers a month. Now, Adrienne and Attilio spend thousands of dollars every month to attract hundreds of buyers and help sell your home for 18% more money than the traditional agent. Now, they are so confident that you'll be happy, they also offer you a one-day listing agreement. Now, if they don't live up to their guarantees, they let you out of the contract, no questions asked. Adrienne and Attilio outsell 99% of the agents in Hawaii by targeting both local and out-of-state buyers. Call the agents that I personally recommend. That's Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or online at guaranteedsale.com.
Are you a veteran interested in purchasing a home? If so, you qualify for the great benefits allowed by the VA Home Loans Program. Benefits like no down payment required, reduced closing costs, and flexible qualifying guidelines.
Hawaii VA Loans is Hawaii's VA loan specialist who can educate you on all these benefits and help you get on track with being pre-approved for a VA loan.
For more information on how you can tap into this great resource, go to hawaiivaloans.com to download their free 24-page ebook. As a special bonus, after downloading the informative guide, you'll be instructed on how you can earn $1,000 closing cost credit on your next home purchase.
So what are you waiting for? Get your free VA loan ebook and earn $1,000 closing credit by going to hawaiivaloans.com or give them a call at 792-4251. That's 792-4251. We recommend Fidelity National Title Insurance Company for your next real estate transaction.
Through its nationwide network of direct operations and agents, Fidelity National Title provides title insurance, underwriting, escrow, and closing services to consumers.
Check them out at fidelitynationaltitle.com or fntic.com.
Hi, I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
There are a lot of choices out there.
It's important to make the right choice when it comes to a realtor.
This client felt they made the right choice.
We'd like to share their thoughts with you.
I would say that Team Lally is more professional. Also, they are more thorough. They provide more than just their services are excellent. They'll provide you with other services. They keep you updated, let you know what's going on. I was never I was never lost as far as knowing what went on, but every step of the way they kept in touch and let me know what's going on. I would have no problem referring them.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the island.
If you're looking for an outstanding insurance agent that will personally help you during the moment of truth, we recommend Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
So, Attilio, what do you mean by the moment of truth?
Well, the best insurance is the insurance you never have to use, but we know that's not how life works. So when life happens, you can count on Bradley and his team to exceed your expectations for your insurance needs.
Keep in mind that when buying a home, the cost of home insurance should be taken into consideration. I trust Bradley with my own personal home, so you should give him a call. Call Bradley with Allstate Insurance at 591-8016.
We're a little bit ahead. I know. Welcome back. This is Adrienne.
And this is Attilio.
And you're listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, and we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 799-9596. That's 799-9596, or on the web at teamlally.com. And that's Lally.
Hey, so do we have Duke on the line?
I'm here.
All right, Duke. So Duke is a super-duper awesome professional property manager with Keller Williams Honolulu Property Management. And Duke, you're going to be sharing with us your property management tip of the weekend?
Sure. Are you ready?
You're ready.
Born.
The tip of the week for people looking for properties is, if you like the house you're looking at, ask to write a contract right there. Do not say that you want to go and look at all the other rentals that you had made appointments with, because I see this happening more and more now, where a family will walk in and say they love the house, they'd like an application, and they have 2 more appointments, and then they'll get back with me. And the next family that walks in rents the house.
Yeah.
So the rental inventory is really tightening up. So don't miss out if you think you like it.
It's not only tightening up, it's getting a little bit more expensive as we try to price homes on the market.
Now, I saw in the Wall Street Journal they had rent versus own. I think, did you send that article to us?
I might have, but there's a lot of opportunities to rent, and a lot of reasons why families are in a rental position.
Yeah. And anyway, they had like the top 10 cities. Well, I don't know if they were top 10, but they were just 10 different cities. They had Honolulu on there, and it's only about 5% cheaper to rent versus buy right now.
Right. The rental market is almost caught up with the payment if you were to own a house today with a conventional mortgage.
Do you think that part of that reason why the rental rates have seemed to increase recently is because of the increased BAH of 15%?
For the military, it's a great opportunity for them to come to Hawaii, and some of them it's used as an incentive to transfer over. In most cases, they don't get a chance to choose, but they do get a choice of 3 bases where they wanted to go to, and most of them tell me that. So I know when they come here, they're well aware of the fact that they get a huge COLA and base housing allowance increase over where they came from.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're a potential investor out there, you're looking to own other property, and you'd like to have an intelligent discussion with a good property manager that knows what are the benefits of renting to the military. Duke, what's the number? 445-9223. 445-9223.
All right. And then what about the website, if they wanted to go on and take a look at the rentals?
What's that website?
KWPMHI.com. That's KW Property Management PM.com. I'm sorry, HI.com.
So KWHIPM. If you can spell, you can go check it out.
Yep.
All right.
So go ahead and give Duke a call if you want to write a contract and look at any one of his properties, or if you have a property that you need to rent out.
Yeah.
He's the guy to call.
All right, Duke, you still there?
Uh-oh. You're still on.
All right, are we still on the air there?
You are on the
Hello?
air, guys.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh my gosh, I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear us? All right, so Stephen, let's take a commercial break. Come back.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. And who am I speaking with?
Michael.
There are so many places to get news like this.
Winning's all that matters when it comes to Daytona.
And the Oscar goes to... But there's only one place that makes sense of it all.
New activity.
And how it affects you.
This White House is waving the white flag.
Whether it's news like this.
I'm Jimmy Fallon, and I'll be your host.
Or news like this.
A changing climate. Raising the minimum wage.
This.
Snow. Stop this chaos.
Is News Radio 830.
Here at home.
KHVH.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
Hey, Adrienne, I was thinking about buying an investment property and renting it out myself. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Really?
No.
What? Why not?
Did you know that Hawaii law favors the tenant?
Really?
Yes, and if you end up in court and the tenant wins, you may be liable for triple damages.
Oh, no, I feel like Mr. Bill.
What I recommend you do is give Team Lally Property Management a call.
Why is that?
We have a guaranteed rent program.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
If we don't lease your home in 60 days, we'll pay the rent.
No way. If you don't lease my home in 60 days, you'll pay my rent?
Yes, if we don't lease your home in 60 days, we will pay the rent.
So, for more details, should I go to rentguaranteed.com?
Yes, that's rentguaranteed.com.
Or you can also call 445-9223. That's 445-9223. That's 445-9223. I hate those commercials that keep repeating the number. What's that number?
445-9223.
Oh, yeah, 445-9223.
Party people!
Now back to Adrienne and Attilio live. Adrienne and Attilio, you're live on the air anytime you're ready.
There they are.
All right, Michael, are you there? Can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
All right. We're doing a version of a really bad Verizon commercial right now, even though we use AT&T. Hey, Michael, so my understanding is you're just stepping off an airplane there. You're in an airport?
I literally just stepped off, and I am cubbying up in one of the gates that aren't being used, and just literally landed like 3 minutes ago. So, yeah. How you doing?
Always great, and so we know what's going on if we hear any boarding announcements in the background. All right, so hey, Michael, we got a short introduction we want to read, and then we'll bring you on, and we got tons of questions. Go, Adrienne.
All right,
All right, that's Adrienne and Attilio, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're doing the show today from the car due to our wonderful traffic here in Hawaii. So stop.
I love it. And Attilio, I'm having a little trouble hearing you, just so you know.
So go ahead, Adrienne.
All right, so Michael Maher is America's most referred real estate professional. He's dedicated to helping salespeople earn a better living and live a better life. He rocketed to the top of his profession by earning over $1 million in just his third year of full-time real estate with a trademark slogan of, "We're not number one, you are." The Maher team receives over 500 referrals per year and continues to be one of the top real estate companies in Kansas City.
All right, Michael, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you okay. Thank you. Calling from the bustling, most busy airport in the world, Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah. So we're sitting in traffic. You're in an airport, we're sitting in traffic, and we're doing a radio show. So we want to talk about your book. Both of us have read it. I tell you, it's one of the top 3 books that I've read. So the company you're in is The One Thing and How to Win Friends. And correct me if I'm wrong, is How to Win Friends one of your favorite books too?
Oh, yes. How to Win Friends and Influence People with Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've read that book 12 times, and as you can tell, I've taken it's kind of like 7L, the 7 levels of communication is all right, I've read How to Win Friends and Influence People, what's next? And that's what I hope people find in 7L is that this is the system that almost Dale Carnegie built. You know, and if Dale Carnegie was still doing business today, he would be doing it with the 7L system based entirely on referrals and, leading with generosity instead of leading with marketing.
Yeah, so you hit on that. Let's jump right into it. What is that generation of generosity for?
Yeah. So in the book, I decided to, basically with 12 months left before it went out, that I was going to change the entire thing from a nonfiction tell you how to do it book to a love story that even a guy could read, and it's a love story that's just a vehicle to tell the story of a guy named Rick Masters who is in a slump in sales, and he meets someone who is skyrocketing in the exact same market, and she invites him to an event where he learns more about the generosity generation, and the generosity generation is what we're in right now. 5 to 15 years ago, we were in a different era, the ego era, and the ego era was all about being interesting. It was all about marketing, branding, self-promotion, and big and bold. And what has happened is the consumer got tired of the superstar marketing, and they now are wanting they want to know how you can help. It's not sell me, it's help me. And that's what I wrote, and that's what the book is about, is this entire system that is based on helping and generosity and leading with generosity, giving massive value first, and when reciprocity occurs, because it naturally occurs, we receive with referrals. We teach and train our referral sources and the people that we know that when we provide value to them in their life, that when they want to reciprocate, which they all do, that we would most prefer that they reciprocate in the form of referrals. And once we educate our referral sources, all of a sudden that opens up the floodgates to getting referrals. One of the biggest challenges that salespeople and owners, entrepreneurs have is that when they do provide value, we tend not to educate our customers and the people we know on how they can help us. And we tend to be pretty good helpers, but we tend to be very poor helpees. And the book explains how you can truly be not just a great helper, but also a great helpee. And what we found is when you're receiving help and you're receiving referrals and receiving generosity, it makes you more generous and it makes you a better giver. So lots of great things.
Yeah, one of the validating points that I like that you point out in this book is that you can actually have such a great business through referral that you can just completely stop all your traditional marketing. And that really struck a chord because, we've got a huge marketing budget, and we've been past fans of Brian Buffini, Build It by Referral, but you have so many techniques in here on how to just have great people skills. And I like what you say is about instead of marketing, it's communicating with people. You want to talk more about that?
Yeah, totally. In my opinion, it's time to stop marketing to strangers, and it is time to start communicating with friends. And the word of mouth and referral-based business has never been stronger because of social media. In the old days, if somebody did a crappy job, bad service, a person would tell 7 people about that bad experience. If they were satisfied, they would tell nobody. And if they had a great experience, they would tell a whole 3 people. And growing a word-of-mouth and referral-based business was a little tougher. And now, because of social media, if you do a poor job, they're going to tell 7,000 people. And if you do a satisfactory job, they can tell 0, just like before. But if you wow somebody, they can tell thousands of people in a matter of minutes about how great you did. And I truly believe that every piece of business in the future is going to be a referred piece of business. It's not going to be from marketing. It's going to be from someone we know, because it's going to become so easy for us to ask our friends who they would recommend. It's already 10 times easier, and in the future it's going to be 100 times easier because of apps and the growth of the mobile phone. So now's the time to really, build those relationships and educate people that the way to reciprocate is with referrals.
Now, you mentioned social media. Could you maybe share with us some ways that you guys use social media in encouraging your clients and
in your referral-based business?
Yeah.
Yeah, so great. And I'll tell you, 80% of what we do is offline, right? Here's the deal. Nobody's going to share what you have to offer on social media if they have no relationship with you. So just realize that everything we do online is either the result of or to trigger an offline relationship, right? I've met great people from Facebook or whatever it may be that I took to an offline one-on-one conversation and built that relationship. So in that case, social media was the launch to a great relationship. Well, on the other side is that when we have something remarkable or something that we want to share, people that love us are more than likely to be willing to share that, like a listing, right? Something as simple as a house for sale. Well, you can ask somebody that you know that, hey, we have a listing that's actually in the same zip code you live in, and I know, here's the deal, I know that this is not for you, and you're not looking to move, but if I sent you a little blurb to put on your Facebook page, would you mind just putting that out there for a day or so? And they say yes, because you have a great relationship. And so, that's like one. Here's another thing is I share my referral goal all the time on Facebook. My referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals in the next 7 days. Who do you know who I can help? ? And then I am here to help. ... So I share my referral goal, and then as I give referrals and as I get referrals, I actually track that publicly in that Facebook strand so that people can see I'm sending out referrals, and I typically send out about 10 more than I receive. So I typically send out 10 for every one I receive. And what happens is people see that you're a giver and that referrals are important to you. Number one is set a referral goal, right? How do we know if something is important to someone, and how do we know if someone wants and needs more of something? Well, they've set a goal. So if we educate people that we have a referral goal, then they are likely to help us. And notice that I said my referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals in the next 7 days. Well, just by the way I've set my goal, it indicates that I'm a giver, even though I didn't say I'm a giver. They thought and they know that I'm a giver. So it communicates all of the messages that we would like the people we know to know about us, right? I'm professional. I care. Referrals are important to me. I want and need referrals, and I'm a giver. And so that's just one example. I mean, there's dozens of examples in 7L.
And then these referrals, Michael, I mean, they're like going or other business sources, your business alliances. Tell us a little bit about your dialogue that
that's what I wanted to ask you about. Is a lot of people will, somebody will pick up the phone and you'll call somebody, or they'll be calling you, and they're not sure. Okay, what do we talk about? And you mentioned there could be a frog. Tell us about frog.
Oh yeah. So, frog is just a mnemonic device on building rapport and breaking the ice with relationships, right? Is what's amazing to me is that we've never been taught how to have conversations. Isn't that amazing? I mean, out of all the things we're taught in school and everywhere else, we've never been taught how to have an honest conversation with someone we either know well or don't know well. And FROG is simply a mnemonic device. It's an acronym. F is for family, R is for recreation, O is for occupation, and G is a very important one. G is for goals. So when I'm having a conversation at a networking meeting or with an affiliate partner or a potential referral source, I want to make sure that I discover something about their family, something about what they do when they're not working, because in a lot of cases that's where their passion lies and opens up a door for me to help them. And then O is, of course, about their work, what changes have happened at work. And then the last part is, quite honestly, the most important part, which is, what are your goals? And they may say, well, personal or professional. And I'll say, well, you just tell me, which is your most important goal? What's the one that I can help you with? And there's 3 benefits to remembering the G and asking other people for their goals. Number 1 is those who have goals make better referral sources. So guess what? It's a filter to my new connections conversations, right? If I ask somebody and they say, well, I don't really, I've never really believed in setting goals or doing anything like that, I know that they're probably not going to be a great referral source, and I know that maybe I should not pour a ton of time, energy, effort, money into this person. And then the second benefit, okay, so first of all, is those who have goals make better referral sources. So by asking them their goals, you're immediately finding out whether they have the potential to be an ambassador or not. The second advantage to this is when they tell us their goal, we now have a target. We now have an ability to help them achieve that goal. It gives us something to shoot for in the relationship. And one of the fastest ways to build a great relationship is by helping someone achieve their goals. The third reason that what are your goals is such a powerful question is because there is something called conversation reciprocity. What I ask someone else, they are most likely to ask me about in return. So, if I ask somebody about, how's business, they're likely to ask me how's business. If I ask them what are your goals, they're likely to ask me after we finish that conversation about what are my goals. And that's where I can share my referral goal as I talked about it earlier.
Now, you mentioned the word ambassadors, and so our listeners know. Tell us again, and I know because I read the book, what's an ambassador?
Yeah, ambassador is the greatest thing you'd ever want in your business. It is an unpaid salesperson for your business. It is someone who refers you multiple pieces of business every single year and speaks highly of you. And the key word there is unpaid salesperson. It's somebody that is not paid, not on the payroll, and you are not gifting them with these exorbitant gifts. It's a relationship. They're willing to do this for free and refer you a ton of people. And ambassadors make the world go round when it comes to business.
Now, we know we can't go in the phone book and look up ambassadors to find a whole bunch of these people. So you talk about the triangle of trust.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're hitting all the huge points. You have read it, I can tell. And I have to tell you, I have an ebook coming out called The Triangle of Trust because this has become such a powerful concept in so many different avenues. But the way that I use the triangle of trust with an ambassador is, let's say the ambassador is a business broker, and I want to grow my referral network with a financial planner. So I'll use Jeff for the name of the business broker because that is his name, and he's my number one ambassador. So I would call Jeff, and I would say, Jeff, do you have a financial planner? And let's just say he says yes, right? Yeah, I've got a financial planner. Well, let me ask you, Jeff, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being poor and 10 being excellent, the best that they could ever be, how would you rate your financial planner? I would probably give him a 10. And, at least a 10. And first I would go, well, what does he do that you really like? You know what? He communicates. He sends me a newsletter. He keeps me up to date on the trades that we do. Even though I really don't look at those, I know he's on top of it. Great. Well, Jeff, I'm growing my referral network with great people like yourself, and I just wanted to, and so what I want to do is I would like to get an introduction to your financial planner. Would you be willing to do that? Jeff says yes, and I go, all right, so here's the deal. What's his name? Okay, Scott. 913-XXX, XXX. All right, thank you. Well, here's what I'd like you to do, if you don't mind. Would you call Scott as soon as we hang up here and let him know I'll be calling between 4 and 5 p.m.? Oh, yeah, I'd do that. That's great. Super. Just warm up the call a little bit. That's all I'm asking you to do. Let him know who I am, and then I'll be calling him between 4 and 5 p.m. And just know that I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you. And we'll click there. Let's say Jeff. I'll call ambassador number 2, right? So I call Angie, and I say, Angie, do you have a financial planner? No, I don't have a financial planner. Well, Angie, here's what I'm doing. I'm calling the best of the best in my database, people like yourself, people I call ambassadors, and I am looking to grow my network with 10-level, highest, best financial planners in the city. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to take the 3 or 4 names that I get that get 10s, and I'm going to meet with them one-on-one to interview them for my referral network. Now, if I find 1 or 2 of the financial planners who might be a good fit for you, would you be okay with me giving them your information to, at the very least, just talk with them? And Angie says, sure, right? Now, after 10 ambassador calls, now, just so you know, let's say they say, yes, I do have a financial planner, and I go, well, how would you rate them on a scale of 1 to 10? And they say a 7. And I'm like, ooh, that's not a very great rating. What would it take for them to be a 10? Well, they could communicate with me. And it's like, oh, so they don't communicate very well. Well, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm going through my ambassadors, the best of the best in my database, and I am rounding up 10-level financial planners. I'm going to interview 3 or 4, and if one of those make a good fit for you, would you mind if I shared your information with them for you at the very least to interview them and talk to them about what they have to offer? Would that be okay? Oh, sure. Thanks for interviewing for me. So now let's say I've done 10 of these calls. These are all called Triangle of Trust calls, right? Yeah. When I sit down with these 3 or 4 financial planners, what do I have in my pockets, guys?
Referrals.
Referrals. I've got referrals, right? And what is the best way to develop a referral relationship?
By sending them referrals.
By giving referrals, yeah. So that's just one example of the Triangle of Trust and the effectiveness of it. There's about 24 other ways that we have implemented this to begin and develop referral relationships.
Now, one of Adrienne, you had a question?
Oh, I was just going to say that you are coming out with an e-book that just goes over that whole Triangle of Trust When does that come out, Michael?
That will come out in the end of August. I would love to say, yeah, it's coming out in May, but we have 8 other objectives that are a higher priority right now. But it has to come out because it's been so incredible. We have over 1,000 coaching clients now, and we have had over 5,500 people through our Boost referral mastery program, and they're craving, more. They're craving more of Triangle of Trust and these strategies that we're doing. So I got to get it out. It's a great problem to have. Demand-based problems, right?
What's the good website that people can go to?
Yeah, so the best one is just 7lsystem.com. Just number 7, letter L, system, SYSTEM .com. And I believe that system is an acronym for saving you stress, time, energy, and money. And everything we do, we want to systematize it. Everything we do is a system. In fact, the 7L system is a system of systems. And it allows people to run very lean businesses while getting hundreds of referrals every single year instead of, 20 or 30 referrals.
Yeah, I know once you get that type of business going, it's like a perpetual motion machine. Now, you talk about the triangle of trust, and, people are hearing that. I'm like, well, I'm an introverted person. I don't know if I can do that, but it's about developing habits. And one of the habits that you talk about is, sounds like a football deal, but 1st and 10. Well, tell us about that 1st and 10.
Yeah, so here's the perfect one for an introvert, right? Is the 1st and 10 is a great. Here's the thing. So how did this develop? Is always a funny story. It developed because I would be getting to the office. I would open up my computer at 8:30, 8:45, and so I would start handling the fires that we call email. And then the next thing I did, I looked at the clock. It said 4:38 p.m. And I was like, I got nothing done today. So I decided, all right, what is the one thing? You like that word, right? One thing. One thing that I have got to get done every day. And I decided it was 10 phone calls, 10 proactive, outgoing phone calls. So that's the 1st and 10, is I come to the office and I have written, oh yeah, can you believe it? Handwritten name, phone number, and the reason for the call, 10 people, and I call those 10 people each morning before I even turn on my computer or open up my computer or even start working. All it is 10 calls first thing in the morning. And what's amazing is how this has been such a radical concept for my coaching clients, because it's amazing how much you can move the world with 10 phone calls. Move the relation. If you want anything, oh wow, sorry about that. That was right in my ear. Sorry, guys. So it's one of those where it's amazing. If you want to get things done, you got to get on the phone, right? And that's what they found, is they were getting more things done just by making something as simple as 10 phone calls first thing in the morning.
So, Michael, these 10 phone calls, are they like lead follow-up, or are these 10 people that you already have relationships with and you're building that referral relationship further?
I'm sorry, could you ask that one more time?
The 10 calls that you're going to make first thing as a part of your day, are you randomly dialing people, or are these people in your database?
Yes. So there's kind of 3 places that these fit, right? So first of all, I have to be totally honest, right? Is what if there is someone I don't call during the previous day that I know I should, right?
Yeah.
We've had deals where it's like, I get 2 referrals a day on average. There's days we get 17, right, on one day. And we've already got a full day planned. And it's one of those where, those are referrals that need to get called, and the referral sources need to get called. So the first kind of criteria are those catch-up calls from the previous day. And it's proactive time, right? It's me time. So it's now my phone's off, right? My cell phone is off. These are hard-line outgoing calls where I am not checking my phone at all, right? The second criteria are going to be people who fit as referral sources, like ambassadors who recently referred me, right? And in that second criteria, there's also, and this is an important distinction, is referral sources of referral sources, right? Those people who run networking groups, those people who are membership chairmen at like the Chamber of Commerce, right? They're in charge of new members. They're meeting new people every single week. So people like that. And then the third is that group of Pop-Tart people, right? They pop into your head. I have to tell you, this don't discount Category 3, because they're just people that when you're either writing the list or that morning, who just pop into your head for one reason or another. And I have to tell you, follow your intuition, follow your instincts there, follow your heart, and make that call. Call that person that you thought of. And the introverts thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. And I'm going to tell you what to say. My opening to all 10 of those calls is, I was just thinking about you. You know what? I was just thinking about you. And what I found in my business career is that when I think of someone, I need to give them a call. So I'm just calling for that reason. So how's everything going? And you can take the conversation from there and go right into frog. People, the thing is you were talking about introverts, and extroverts both have call reluctance, right? And,
yeah,
and I want you to know is that call reluctance is a form of selfishness. So, and why is it? Because who are you thinking about when you have call reluctance? You're worried about yourself. You're worried about rejection, or you're worried about bothering someone, or you're worried about not being worthy, or you're worried about yourself. And the thing is be unselfish. Call with the spirit of helpfulness. Call with the spirit of generosity, and everybody will take your call, and every single call will be value-laden. It will be full of value.
Now, there's the title of the book, 7 Levels of Communication, and so we've been talking about phone calls, which is level number, I guess it's 3 from the top or 6 from the bottom, or 5 from the bottom. Tell us about this communication pyramid that you have in the book.
Well, the communication pyramid is interesting. I had a publisher tell me that if I would call it the 7 levels of marketing, that I would sell like 25,000 copies, and they would give me like $5,000. And I said, no, this is the 7 levels of communication. The future of marketing is communication. So the 7 levels of communication starts at the bottom with the lowest form of communication that a business can do, and it's called advertising. Mm-hmm. The second lowest level is direct mail. And the third lowest level, believe it or not, is electronic communication. And that area is rapidly declining. The middle level, what we call the buffer level, is called handwritten notes, which is a form of communication. And in fact, the most powerful thing that leaves your office on a daily basis is a handwritten note. The most powerful marketing device that you can ever fire out asynchronously, right, which is after hours or before hours, is a handwritten note. Then the top 3 levels, what I call the influential zone, are phone calls, events and seminars, which means attending and or hosting events. And then the top level is one-on-one. And when I say one-on-one, I don't mean 1-on-2 or 1-on-3. It is you having a one-on-one conversation, because people will disclose in a one-on-one things they would never disclose if there's even one other person in that room with you. And there's an intimacy to one-to-one that you can't find any other way. It's the highest, fastest way to build a relationship. One-on-ones are critical to a referral-based business.
I noticed these the 3 of the top 4 that you have at the top of this pyramid don't cost any money. It's just activity, taking action.
That's absolutely right. The phone calls, attending events, and the one-on-ones do not have to cost you any money. and even a handwritten note. I mean, come on, you know, it's less than $3, and the impact when someone receives it is, you know, it could be 100 times that value. It could be even more than that, depending on when they get it. So, living, you know, I call the top 3 levels the influential zone, because those are the best levels to use when you want to convince, sell, or influence another human being, right? More things have been sold over the phone, at events, or one-on-one than any other ways on the planet. And guess what? Our job is to be an influencer. I mean, that's our job. It used to be a salesperson, but now it's to be an influencer. And I truly believe that we are evolving from an informational age where it was all about content and all about information to an influential age. That the next era is the influential age, and that the ones who establish themselves with these communication strategies are going to become more influential and be the, you know, the most successful in the next era of marketing and sales and business.
Yeah, we were at a seminar, and one guy said, "Hey, I just call everybody every day. I call everybody in my entire database and wish them a happy birthday if that's their day." And it was telling, and it was kind of sad. But a lot of the people would say, my realtor was the only person that called me on my birthday."
Yeah, they're all on Facebook posting, right? I mean,
exactly.
And that's the thing. I call people on their birthdays, right? When it pops up, and I have, and a lot of times those are the 8 to 10 calls I'll have in the morning. In some cases, it was like the other day. I had like 10 Facebook friends that had birthdays. So I called, and just on 8 of them, I actually sang "Happy Birthday," which I have to tell you, with my voice and my singing ability, is not advised for everyone.
Well, there you go. If people are like, "Well, who do I call and when?" Everybody's got 10 friends that have a birthday every day on Facebook, and there you go. Call them and say happy birthday.
Birthday and the anniversary of their purchase of their home.
Yeah.
So really, there's 3 easy calls to make. There's the birthday, there's the anniversary for their marriage, right? And you want to call the man 3 to 5 days before the anniversary, right? And just remind them what's happening in 3 to 5 days. I just did that with a guy named Gary Keller. By the way, his anniversary was yesterday, and I called him on Monday and just said, "Hey, your and Mary's anniversary's coming up. What do you got planned?" And so, you know, they had planned to go to Georgia and celebrate with their son. So he already had it under wraps. So, you know, and then the third one is the anniversary of when they bought their home. And you might think, well, I'm new in the business. I've only been here a year. But guess what? Through MLS, you can find out when everyone bought their home that you know. And don't worry about it. You just got into the business. Don't worry about it. Go look up, you know, what the closing date, put it in your database, and give them a call on the anniversary of the day. They will think you were the agent who sold them the house in a matter of a year or 2.
Yeah.
Yes, people will quickly forget. But, Michael, we are ending our show here in the next, minute or so, but just wanted to thank you so much for calling in and sharing with us all about the 7 levels of communication, your book. It's available on Amazon.com, and they can go to the website. What is the website again?
You know what? The ebook's on sale today. The ebook is, the ebook is on sale for $3.03. So I encourage people to move and make that happen. I mean, $3 is a great price. And
let's keep it in a cup of coffee.
Do what?
Coffee costs more than $3.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's like, just think of the content of a book that you're getting for $3. I mean, a handwritten note costs more than you're getting this book for. So anyway, the long story short, Adrienne, Attilio, I just have to thank you guys so much for the opportunity, and thank you for your patience as I land and run through an airport and make this call.
And I hope to have you on the show again.
And promote the triangle.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to do